an excuse. All you have to do is remember that your conviction and your convenience won't live on the same block ever, ever, ever. If you have a conviction about something, it has to at some point become inconveniencing. Because if it doesn't become inconveniencing and you choose an excuse, you'll never know that it's your conviction. All you have to do is remember that your conviction and your convenience won't. It's kind of important, but it's not really like major. The moment it gets hard, you'll drop it. It's like, oh no, I'm not doing all that. You know how we've all been shopping. We've all seen that amazing blouse, that amazing jacket, that amazing dress. Like, oh my God, that's, oh no, it ain't that cute. We all did that. I know I've done it. Like, oh, that is cute for under $100. That's cute. That is not $300 cute, right? I'm not convicted about it. But when you become convicted, you don't worry about the cost. Say out loud, I'm not concerned with the cost. I'm living in my conviction. I'm reading your lips. I'm not concerned with the cost. I'm living in my conviction. Because the reality is the price you pay is greater if you don't live in your conviction, right? But to remember that there is a system. There's the system to help you improve and even master storytelling. And I'm not saying my system is the only system. I am saying, though, that I searched and searched and searched for a system, so I didn't have to create mine. I searched for years because I wanted to refer people. Because they were asking me, Lisa, show me how. And remember, I told you I didn't know how. So I'm looking and looking as if I'm going to say, but I did some research for you and you can go here. And I couldn't find anything out there that kept your authenticity, kept your creativity, but gave you structure. And so I created the Valley. And the Valley is the process designed to help you create immediate connection, to help your audience immediately have a buy-in, right? And it's between you and your audience, because that's all you're supposed to do is create connection. And then you create value. Hi, I don't care what you know until I know that you care. Your audience doesn't care what you know until they know that you care. So that's the first thing to do is I care about you. Stephen Covey says, seek first to understand, then to be understood. So many people, especially when we get a platform, especially when we become important, we get right in front of people and we say, here's what I'm committed to, and here's what I know. The first thing to do is to make the connection. What's important to you? How can I help you win? Paula said it, help them win. And so it shows why you now do what you do. The story does so much in it. A great story shows your resiliency. It shows your perseverance. It shows some struggle. I'm going to show you the formula. I'm actually going to give you, I got so much today that I want to give you. I'm going to show you the formula, and it shows why you're committed. Because people will align with your why, and then they'll choose your what. It's really important for y'all to hear that. People will align with your why, and then they'll choose your what. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars in network marketing, because even when my what, I was kind of shaky on the what. I didn't know the product as well. I didn't know the compensation plan as well, but my why was so solid. My why was solid and I could deliver. So people just like, I don't know what you doing, but I sign up. Like, sign me up and I'm bringing my family, because they got sold out on the why. So the Valley is designed to build trust. Now I'm going to show you the foundation of a Valley. It's important that you understand this, because when you understand the foundation, you'll then understand the formula that I'm going to teach you a little later, right? And by the way, you're not going to get the whole formula here. It's not a one day, we're going to go in, right? So I'm going to show it to you because you can make progress. The next time you speak, you can be more powerful than the last time you spoke. Yes, 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 we like that. Just with the surface summary level of what I'm going to show you today and tomorrow. The foundation, you want to make sure you capture this. Take a picture of the screen, you guys, or virtually take a picture of the screen. I'm going to get out of your way. The foundation of the Valley is to use the story. Now watch this. The story is not the whole trajectory of the last 15 years. The story is the moment in time unpacked. Notice Dr. Renita, I like saying that, Dr. Renita. And isn't it wasn't it exciting when she said, I'm Dr. Renita? You guys all screamed. You didn't even hear the rest of what she was saying because the word doctor, because her story showed you how she was struggling to get that title. So you were sold out just on the name, right? She built an alliance in 3 minutes and 2 seconds, right? And so it shows, but it's a moment in time, unpacked, a moment. It's not a story. A story is not a long period of time. A story is a moment that's unpacked with the other techniques that I can help you put around it. So you take a moment. So if you think about, you hear some of the stories from yesterday and some of the stories you're going to hear today, you're going to hear a moment unpacked. It's powerful because then you go, oh my God, I got a lot of moments, Alfredo. I got a lot of moments. I got a lot of moments. Yes, they're just not curated yet. They're not unpacked yet. Does that make sense? So what I've helped each of the coaches do that you see is to unpack their story, and now they help others and they'll help you unpack your story as well. It's a journey through a moment, through those emotions. It's really important. How did I feel? What was I thinking? And then on the other side, your passion and your purpose and your commitment and your conviction as you're coming out of the valley. So I want to share another one with you. Meet Walker.
I've been married for 22 years to the man I've known for 35, and I still get butterflies. A bonus mom for almost as long while building a successful career, and recently an international bestseller. Thank you, Lisa, and the MTM community, because there's no way I could have done that last one without you. The new levels of trust, love, and creativity in this season of life blow my mind. Life has many seasons. It was fall 2015, one of those perfect SoCal mornings, sunny and warm. My husband and I woke up in our usual way, he with a random song from that archive in his head. Both of us excited about our day, felt flow, filled, satisfied, personally and professionally. Remember the drive home was filled with that job well done, high, success defined. You know what I mean? I walked in the door excited. Hey, babe. We got this. It's a diagnosis, not a sentence. We will face this like everything else we've overcome. Despite the uncertainty and enormity of this new invisible enemy, I knew that if we took that one step together and didn't stop, we had a chance. But what I didn't know is if he believed it like I did. And if it was enough. So all I could do was trust. Day after day, we made specific, targeted changes. Week after week, we grew in ways that were needed. Month after month, we recommitted. Year after year, we loved more than fear. And after 7, we got the news. We were clear, free. Success redefined. By loving enough to risk, we had it in us. Life refines us into who we're meant to be, clarifying our story. You be you, me be me. Let's build this beautiful humanity. I'm Walker, your speaker advocate coach, and you've got it in you.
So there's a formula. I told you yesterday about the bumper rails at the bowling alley. Well, when you have the bumper rails at the bowling alley and the formula, then you feel comfortable because you know where to stay inside. So I'm going to give you a little bit of the formula. Okay. So what you've seen Walker and Dr. Vernita today do, what you saw Tanya and Elise do yesterday, and Dewana, who was on stage, what you saw all of them, Narissa do, they all followed this formula with their unique story. So the one thing I will always tell you is I'm not interested in having you do a mini Lisa Nichols. Like that's not. And you'll see the freedom in here will help you do all of you while following the formula that will make sure you get there. Valuable to anyone? Raise your hand if this is valuable to you. You like show me this right here, right? Yes. So the first thing you do, and I'm going to go through this pretty fast because I got a lot of content I want to at least touch you with. And then later we'll have a chance for you to deep dive in all of it and try it on and sit inside of it. Okay. But I at least want to touch it because you'll make progress just with the touch. So the first thing you want to do is you want to share with the world the big you. Now, as I do this, you're going to immediately begin to compare what you've already done before, which is okay. You've done what you've done because you've known what you've known. So no judgment. Can we say no judgment? Say no judgment of self. And then you're immediately going to think of all the other people who are doing it way, way different than this. And you're going to want to go, that's why they suck. So let's agree, no judgment of others. They only know what they know. Right? So you know more, you do more. No judgment. People always say, do you just sit and watch speakers and you're in pain? No, I'm in compassion and gratitude and love when I watch them. No judgment. No judgment at all. So the first part is to share the big you. And that's your achievements. But you want to share them in such a way that you sound humble. Right? Super important. So I'm going to help you with that. But you can write this down, take a picture of this, but hold off on the pictures of the screen because I'm going to complete this whole thing and then the picture's really juicy, right? So the way you enter into it, so you sound humble, is you say, what most people may know about me is, because you're going to go down to, but what they don't know about me is, right? That's going to help us get into the valley. I'm still blown away that I've been able to achieve. You see how those lines help you get into it with some humility, because you got to go really big. You got to go really big, way bigger than you're comfortable with. If you're humble, like way bigger. It's not your resume. It's like your resume 10X, all true though, right? All true though. So I would say, I'm still blown away that I have 7 bestsellers. I'm still blown away that I'm one of the only women in the self-development industry to be paid $1 million to write 1 book. Stuff I'd never say again. You got to do the big you because it makes the down have a bigger gap. Does that make sense? And it'll all make sense when I take you on the whole journey. But if your big you isn't very big, then it's a speed bump. It's not a mountain. Does that make sense? And you'll be blown away. So if you talk about your annual income, I'll say, don't talk about your annual income. How much have you made in the last 20 years? I'm blown away that my company has generated nearly $100 million in the last 10 years. That's okay. So now when I go down, because at one time I was on government assistance. You see how that dance? Like, whoa, that they have to spike. And then in your valley, it's a difficult or dark time in your life. Ideally, you can play relevant to the message that you're delivering, but even if it's not, I can help you with that with the bridge. But if you can, make it relevant. If I'm talking about success and abundance, I can talk about being on government assistance and broken. You see how they dance? They're in the same zip code. So then you go, so you, big achievements, a difficult, dark moment in your life. But what's important in the valley is the valley has to include the emotions. Yes. I see you, Amber, online saying, show us. Dominique with hearts. Ashwa saying, show us. Right. Harriet, incredible. This is such good stuff. I just love. It makes it safe for you to go there because you know you'll get out. Right? Just follow the path. Just follow the formula and you'll be fine. So the big you on the other side is your why. How are you inspired through your challenges? What charges you today to keep going? Share your big why coming out. Most people share it going in And while that'll work, it's much more impactful if you do this and you share it coming out. I'll move out your way. I see y'all trying to look around me. Like, you're so cute, move over. And now I'm in your way, baby. You got it. All right. So now to help you on the other side, it says, and because of that lesson, I'm committed to. Now that phrase is so powerful because on the other side of that, because of my lessons, you can go into any sales. Because of my lessons, I'm so committed to making sure you earn and you're financially free. Because of my journey, I'm so committed to make sure you and your family don't experience what I experienced. You see how it just goes right into the content, right into the product, right into the business. Like, this valley is a perfect path into your business opportunity. Ooh, it's juicy. Watch out. It's your superpower. Promise me that you will what? Use my powers for good, right? And so just realize that you are who you are because of your valley. Don't try to outrun your valley. Stand on your valley. Stand on your valley. Don't try to outrun it, out-earn it. Don't talk about it. You just have to learn how to curate it in such a way that it's your superpower. And when you do, and when you understand how to share your story in a way that is so empowering, you will leave people loving you and wanting more.
I am blown away. I am blown away by my life experiences. So I wear my success like a crown. International best-selling author, TEDx speaker, and I'm known for curating events. 10,000 person conferences, live, done. Being the go-to call person to host the her US presidential candidate's campaign stops, done. It's why I didn't see this coming. One afternoon, I was in the zone curating an event, $1 million event for an organization that I was convinced was my best match yet. Damn. A new administration was coming in and I was out. I was blinded with my eyes wide open. A dark cloud hung deep low in my head, blurring my mind. What did I get wrong? After so many years of getting it right. What did that say about me? Am I relevant? Am I in touch? Why would they unchoose me? Have you ever felt unchosen and it put your state of rejection in a confusion? Haven't. Disappointed, but not defined. And so I took a job, an inside job. And I decided, since I had been helping other people and other organizations define their DNA, I was going inside. I took that job and I would define my DNA. It took some time, days, weeks, months. But I decided that my DNA was my time to step up to the table, to turn that light on me and begin the inside job. Because I knew I was greater than my circumstance. I knew that a moment was not my existence. I could get bounced out, oh, but I could bounce back. And I did. And so it became the point that I got to define Sandy's DNA, her distinct natural abilities. And so now I'm excited because I get to watch you define your DNA. We all have distinct natural abilities. And I'm reminded by some words that kept me going then. Maya Angelou's Phenomenal Woman ends like this. So now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about, and I don't talk real loud. But when you see me passing, when you see most powerful women passing, it ought to make you proud because I'm a woman phenomenally. We are women phenomenally. Phenomenal women, that's us. We are DNA proud, DNA phenomenal, DNA powerful. We all have our distinct natural abilities because it's in our DNA. Put it in the chat. It's in our DNA. Let me hear you say it. It's in our DNA. I'm Sandy Lynn, speaker, advocate, coach, and you've got it in you. I can see it. You see? So you're seeing the formula over and over and over again. And now that I've shown it to you, you'll go, oh, I did, right? You'll become a crafter of the language versus just the listener, just because we're doing this together. And I want you to do that. I want you to see, oh, Formula One. Now, my coaches, they do a little more because they know all the techniques. So they're doing show me, they're doing pregnant pause, they're doing verbal highlights, they're doing some cadence, all the other techniques that you'll learn. But it's all sitting in the valley. Okay, makes sense? Giving you a lot. So now I want you guys to try it on. How about that? Yes? Just say yes, yes. Type in chat, yes, yes. Because listen, I don't need it perfect at all. Let's let it fall out clumsy and messy. Just let it bubble up in your belly, form itself in your cheeks and come across your mouth and then land in your ears. And you go, okay, that was my first shot. You're just like sweating. Like, oh, okay, hold on, it's our time. So you're gonna know that I'm an action-based coach, which to me works the best. I'm always gonna say, okay, you've watched me long enough. Now let's listen to you. Watch you. Because you came here for you. I'm a part of your equation so you can touch your next best version of you. I'm not the show. You are the spotlight. I'll always turn the spotlight back on you because you are who you want to shine, and then we'll shine together. Does that make sense? All right. So now I want to share this. So you're going to go into the, let me go back. Oh, hold on. No, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. Tanya, give me the, Tanya, can you help me go back to the valley? I want to put, yep, thank you. And the valley filled in. Yeah, all of it filled in. So in the breakout rooms, let's just start to shape this, okay? So I want you to spend time in the big U, because that actually takes a minute, especially for those of you, raise your hand and online, raise your hand or type your name in if you find that talking about me is uncomfortable. Raise your hand in the room. It's really, really uncomfortable. Yeah, you can go into the valley easy. I can tell you about my hard times, right? But please don't just start me there, because you have to, you notice how when Sandy spoke, she said, and I've curated 10,000 person events, and it made the fact that she was unchosen even more impactful. Does that make sense? If she just walked out and said, they fired me, it wouldn't have the same impact. So the value is super important in the formula. So in your breakout rooms, I want you to talk about the big U. Just let it kind of stumble out. Now, I want you to use these, what we call sentence stems. And a sentence stem is when I give you the beginning and you finish the ending. It's my way of just kind of helping you get down the bowling alley, right? So I'm still blown away that that's a really good one to do.
I'm still blown away that I take a couple of minutes and just calculate maybe your cumulative income or how many people. Don't say I've spoken at 5 events. Calculate the number of people at all 5 events I've spoken in front of. You see how so there's a way you become, and you stay honest. Honesty is sexy. It's sexy. Stay honest. Just grow, just accumulate all of it so that you can tell the story. Does that make sense? Are you guys ready? Are you ready to pull up your sleeves and go into breakout rooms? Yeah. And I changed the breakout room. At first, it was going to be some statement I want you to make. I was like, no, I want to change. So thank you so much, team in the back. Thank you guys for letting me change. I was like, no, I want them to start crafting this now. Right. And we'll do a lot more. Like you can, if you want to master it, just hook your caboose to my train. And then take your B12 and hydrate and get your sleep, because I'm a locomotion, but I will get you there. If you want to get there, I'll get you there. We're just going to try it out right now. So we're going to go in breakout rooms and you're going to focus on the big U. And then I want you just to do the beginning of the bridge, but it wasn't always that way. Just try the big U and it wasn't all. You don't have to do the middle part because we haven't curated that yet. And you'll just start vomiting on everybody if you don't know how to do that. Right? Are you guys getting this? Are you guys, where's my camera? You guys getting this? Is this working for you? I just want you to focus on the big U because that's so important that if I have you do the whole valley, you'll water down each part. So let's just focus on this part. So you guys are going to get in groups of 4 in the room. They're going to put you guys in breakout rooms. And all I want you to do is, I'm still blown away that or when people see me, they see a person who, or what you might or might not know about me is, any one of those can get you into go up, 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 up. I want you to spend about 2 minutes just making bullets of what you're going to say so that you can kind of actually calculate the data, right? If you have a PhD, then don't say I have a PhD. How many hours did you spend studying for the PhD? I've spent over 22,450 hours earning my PhD. That sounds a whole lot grander than I have a PhD. And it's important that it's high so that your low is like, whoo. Okay? We're gonna put you in breakout rooms. So you're gonna have about 10 minutes in your breakout rooms just to craft your big U. If you feel like you got it and you wanna go down to the center, you're not gonna have time to do this, get the center done. I just want you to craft that, but get down to that difficult moment. Ready? You guys join groups. You guys say yes, yes, yes. Go girl.
Ain't no river dry enough, baby.
If you need me, call me.
Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Anybody? Anybody?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, yes.
Hi, sorry. I've got like a watch party going on over here too, so I wasn't able, but I heard you talking by yourself. If you wanted to share.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I just say if nobody, I about to leave, like if nobody is here.
No problem. Let me see if I can put my camera on because I have this hooked up to my TV. Can you see me? Hello.
Yes, hello. So I'm
Hi.
from Canada, Canada, Vancouver.
Oh, I'm in Dallas, Texas. Nice to meet you.
Oh, Dallas, Texas, that's nice. We're going to Dallas on September.
In September?
Yes.
Oh. Here.
Yeah.
Well, if you wanted to share your story, you can. Well, I've been moving around, so I haven't been able to like sit down and really like just think. So if you wanted to share, you can. I just didn't want to leave you in the room by yourself.
Thank you so much. No, I just get the idea. This is a very like yesterday we have a breakup room, and then we was talking how we gonna say our story. But I think because I have a very how you say normal, like not big, like Lisa say, oh, you got $1 million income, and then go back to small.
Yeah, but you know what? There was another young woman in the breakout session that I was in yesterday, and she was like, I don't really have a story, but you do. Like what brought you to the business is your story. And you could always say that you're excited about the income opportunity that you came into this business because you were looking to make an extra whatever a month. You came into the business because you believe in the product and what it's done for you. And there's not a measure of what story is bigger or more impactful. Your story is as impactful as somebody making $1 million.
So when he says big, I still don't get it, because he says you have to get like if I have PhD or I have a good, like a very, how you say, very good like success. That's why I heard me, you need to talk very like a big what you have done before, or what's your success have.
So what's been your success in what you're doing?
Okay. So I try if I can get it. Okay. I was an employee for whole my life, but because network marketing that changed my life, and I start to look for other path, way to do, because my mom, my dad always say, go to school, get a good grade, and find a good job and marry a husband. That's it. And then I don't want to do that. But mentality in when we was small, when we was young, this mentality already in our mind. So I never think I can do entrepreneur, or I never think I can do the business. So I personally, I born in Taiwan, I work in Hong Kong, and I immigrate Canada like 20 years ago. So when I get in, I just find a label job. Like I do sales, like in the mall, like sell some stuff and talk to customer. That's what I do. And then a friend introduced me to the casino. That's why I become a dealer. And I work in a casino like over 12 years. And then
Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt. So
that's okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was in a casino business for 12 years, but there's one time it comes like when I get up and my life is 8 hours sleep, 8 hours, go to work, and 8 hours just watch TV. That's it. And I just thinking, oh, I cannot do this anymore. I need to have some change. Yeah. But I just don't know what to do.
So
and then,
are you a part of a network marketing business now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
10 years ago, yeah, because I met the network marketing business, so my life is totally changed.
And how has your life changed? Because that's your story.
So how is now I have like a monthly 5-digit income, like a 5-figure income, and yearly six-figure income. And then I can travel all over the world. I can go home visit my mom 2-3 times a year and don't have to ask permission. This is the freedom that mostly I benefit from network marketing. And also I find the value for myself because I can help mostly people to see themselves, mostly female. They underestimate underestimate their potential. They always say, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, but I want to help them to see themselves. Yeah, that's the.
So that's your story.
So should I say because this I say the big, like the big first. So should I say in network marketing, I have this success, and then I go back to when I was like in casino, I go work, like I have no life purpose at all.
Yeah. So she says the state of success and then like your valleys, like, there was no purpose. I found this job, this is what I've been doing. But working 8 hours and I knew that there was more to that. Like if you're having a conversation, just like you have the conversation with me, literally that's just your story. And it's just putting it together, like the what she said, like the high and then the valley, right? And then like the valley is what you're thinking about, like prior to, like what were you going through too? Think about you coming from the other countries to now where you're in Canada, about your story, about how you're culturally, right? You're told to go get a job, get a husband, do all those things. And like, that's all a part, you need to say that in the valley. And then the rest of your story is going to come. We've got 50 seconds here. Are you on Instagram?
Yes. Just my name, May, and May, MAYYIN, and I'm gonna search your name too. I'm dying to hear your story too.
It's okay. May Yin on Instagram?
Yes. And you also can text me privately in a group. We are in 7, right? Room 7. Yeah, so I can look for your name.
We're in room 25.
Oh, you're 25? Oh,
yeah.
Okay, because I see the 7 probably. What's that mean? I don't know what that 7 means.
That I have no idea. You're right. It does say 7. I'll just look at 25 and 7. I'll find you and I will connect and I'll tell you.
Okay, thank you so much for your.
I have to have my moments of performance. I don't care if no one's looking. It's my moment. I've been missed. Even when no one's looking, you shine. All right. So how was that? I want to hear from a couple of people online. How was it to really lean into the big you, knowing that we're crafting the first part. There's still 2 more parts, but just spending time on that. What was the aha? What was for me, when I first started doing this, I was like, wow, I don't spend enough time shaping the things I've achieved. So I want to hear from a couple people in the room. Erica and 8, I want to call on you, but you're driving, honey. I want you to be safe. I want to call on you guys. Type in chat. It says it was awesome. I did it without feeling afraid. Great. It was amazing. Got a little help from Teresa in my room to get a better idea on my story. Perfect. Even if no one is looking, I'll keep shining. Yes. It surprised me. It was amazing. Right. Oh, yes. Yes. It was scary. Deanna, we'll make sure it happens next time, sweetheart. I see you. Harriet, it was very intense and emotional, but I felt safe. Okay, so in room 3, Harriet. In room 3, Harriet, I want to hear from you. And then I want to tell me your name, love. Jen Cooper in the house. I want to hear from you. All right, and right here, I want to hear from you. And then if I have time, I want to call you. So, all right. So, and then, yeah. So I always run out of time. And then in room 6, Sorrel Hammond, because you are like doing the wave. All right, but real fast, I need you to give me like your 30-second aha so I can get all of them in, because I called too many people and I want to honor your time. But I want to hear, how was it to focus on like, okay, this one part of a really powerful system, but I got to know this part to do that. So number 1, you can take the, you guys can take the image off the screen. I know you guys held that up for me. So the first person I called on, tell me their name if you can. There you go. Hi, love. I can hear you. Harriet in room 3. Yes.
Hi.
How was it for you?
It was very scary, to be honest with you, because I think.
Can we
the
show
person I
Harriet?
said-
Can we show Harriet? That's not Harriet. She wondered why she's on screen. Hey, back there on the camera. She's like, but the lime is good. Amen. Harriet.
Because I wasn't really, I'm not sure of my big why, and maybe that's because I think I keep my big why small. But people come to me confident, we're talking about my confidence and my strength and how I can be so empowering to them. Yet this backstory is that, you know, I failed grade 1 and I grew up extremely poor, and I was abused like throughout my, pretty much all of my years. And that's the story I'm just so afraid to tell because of judgment and circumstance.
Right, but Harriet, let me center you back, because just like I said right before we went to the breakout, we want to run to the valley. And you like was in the fast lane to the valley, right? Because this is all about the big U. And notice how even when I asked you, what did it feel about the big U? You skipped that and went straight to the valley, which is what a lot of us do. Raise your hand so Harriet sees that she's not by herself. She's not alone, right? We do it. And so I want to train you and I want to coach you. I love you, sis. I want to coach you to go, yeah, that's all true. And there's this other amazing superwoman that's true as well, right? So if other people were talking about you, and they were saying, wow, you wouldn't believe that Harriet has done, what would they say? Give me 2 things. Wow.
Well, I think they would say, they wouldn't believe that Harriet actually was the first one to make it through college, that Harriet became a police officer, that Harriet became successful. That
right.
Harriet mentored and trained people underneath her to be successful police officers.
Right. That's your big U. And that's where I want you to start. And how that sounds is you'll be blown away to know. I'm still blown away to realize that I'm the first person in my family to graduate, that I was a police officer, not just a serving police officer, but I trained other people to protect our communities. Like, you see how we can shape that? Because it wasn't always that way. There was a time when I didn't feel protected. There was a time when I needed someone in the police force to serve me and keep me from being abused, but I didn't have them. There was a time when you see how now it connects?
Yeah, but can I ask you a further question? And this is where I get stuck in my story, is that I went into a pit of, I have very strong PTSD and addiction took over. So that career that I had, I lost it. And that's where I failed to tell my story, because I still have that, I live in that shame.
Right. So that doesn't change the facts though. It doesn't change the facts. But guess what, Harriet? The addiction and the losing job, that's another valley.
That's the biggest valley I find out.
And you don't have to, we always go for the biggest valley that hit us the hardest. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. I'm gonna share a medley of stories with you, right? And not all of them took me down and out. They're just stories. So don't feel like you have to share the one that hurt you the most for it to be effective. You just share the story. And those are 2 valleys. One valley was the fact that you were abused. The other valley is the fact that you lost your career. Those are 2 valleys. 2 opportunities to serve. Give her some love, you guys. 2. I'm gonna do the room after this. Sorrel, if you give me your 30-second version, like in real time, 30-second version.
Okay, so first I want to say thank you so much, Lisa, and for inspiring me in my relationship with my mother, and for Marina, this platform, and Eric, and all that everybody, does with us, and my girls in my breakout session, Emma, Tiffany, for this. And so my name is Sorrel Hammond. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area, and I'm still blown away that in my 20s, I was leading board members in rooms and leading meetings for multi-billion-dollar companies, but it wasn't always that way.
Ooh! Hey, nail it. That's it. That's how you do it. And as you continue to do it, you'll find more things. Like, oh, I can throw that in there. I can throw that in there. That'll be super, super great. I celebrate you, sis. All right, in the house. Who's my first? Yes.
Hi, friends. My name is Jen Cooper. Everybody calls me Coop. And my aha moment was realizing that I really downplayed my accomplishments, identifying my big accomplishments. I drew a blank. And I think it's because.
So let's try it now. I'm blown away that I.
I'm sorry.
I'm blown away that I. I'm blown away.
I'm blown away
that I.
that I.
It's all about permission.
I'm blown away that I have closed tens and tens of millions of dollars in sales in my career.
Don't favor. Keep going.
Most people see me as someone that is highly accomplished.
Give me details. I've led over how many people?
I've led thousands.
Okay, so when you do this in the future, I want you to calculate the number. You'll always not have the exact, but you know what it's over. So I know that I've generated over $100 million. So I say over $96 million in revenue, right? Because I know it's over 100, so I can hold on to 96. But give me specificity, because specificity has more credibility.
It does.
Okay.
I think my habit has been to blow over my accomplishments.
I know.
And I've devoted my entire life to making others feel significant. And I think it's because everything I've done, I never felt like was enough.
Right. So this is a great awareness.
Yes.
And tether up yourself. Let's do this together. I won't let you off the hook of your greatness. And then we'll shape a way to tell that story. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're courageous. Give us some love. There's someone behind you.
Hi again, my name is Bianca Langley, and what most people don't know about me is that I speak 7 languages fluently, and I wanted God to help me use this gift to reach people globally. And just the other day, I was able to speak in front of over 100,000 people from all over the world here on stage.
There you go. That's it. Well, most people don't know about me. So it's your big you. So I want you guys to keep playing with it. It's what you can do on break. It's what you can do when you're walking around. What I love is that when you're learning the exact same thing in your community, you guys become a valuable feedback to one another. And so I want to invite you to give each other feedback, Say, let me try my big you on you. Let me try it. This is how my coaches got better. They go, okay, let me try it. And you know the feedback. Walk around with the formula. Go into the breakout rooms, type in chat, type your big you in chat. Let me try it again. Let me try it again. Let me try it again until it effortlessly rolls off. And now you got that. Then let's go to a moment. You're going to have many, many moments. So we're craft that. Those are a little more. That's a little girthy. And so if you want to know a time, you should not spend more than 30 seconds in your big you. If you want to know a time, for those of you who are linear learners and you need the structure, it can move a little bit, but you want to make sure. In closing, your job is to believe in you. No one can do you better than you. And you can follow people all day long, but then find you. You are the greatest love that you could ever have. You're the greatest love. As much as I love my son, you make a decision. I'm the greatest love I could have. And almost feels guilty. But when I love me, I can love you better. Because as long as you have faith in you, you'll be all right. Things will change. Times will change. The greatest love affair you can have is being in love with you no matter what. Keep track, but don't keep score. Don't find reasons that it won't work. It has to work because you're in the equation. And we've all leaned into love. The love of a parent, the love of a sibling, the love of a romance, and it didn't quite end the way we thought. It didn't quite show up in every moment. But you will always be the greatest love. You will always, more than your children, more than your partners, more than your parents. Because when you love you, when you truly learn to love every part of your imperfections, it's the greatest. And there will be those days. I believe there will be those days where it does not land the way you thought it should. And let them lead the way. That's when you lean on the back that you've already done. So the world is asking you, show up. Social media is asking you, show up. Private, ask you, show up. Show us not how to stay standing, show us how to get back up. Show us not how to always shine, but show me how to drop my duck. Show me how to give myself a chance. See it. And what you have to do, take it back. Shine. And I'll see you back.
We'll now take a 10-minute break. Short break, for about break, grab something to drink. Back in 10 minutes. I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when you need her. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when you need her. It's like I'm not done. She grants my wishes like a genie in a bottle. Yeah, yeah, 'cause I'm the wizard of love, and I put the magic wand. All these other girls are tempting, but I'm empty when you're gone. And they say, do you need me? Do you think I'm pretending to make you feel like cheating? Like, really? Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when you need her. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when you need her. Easy to love me, sorry, by the way, stick here in between, I'm looking for the right words to say. So we can stay away, baby, baby, so we can stay. If I told me the first to make you stay, would that be wrong? If I asked you to be mine last time before you're truly gone, that's holy. That our minds connect, I promise it could be true. But when I miss so I just feeling so good. Give me that red light.
If I lit 1,000 lights to each shore, would it feel like home? If I really took the time to say you're right and I've got it wrong, baby, I'm so sick of hiding. But you don't want to say. As you
I know I hurt you and I don't deserve you, but don't leave me. Took you for granted, but don't leave me stranded here. I need you, way down, way down. I know you and I don't deserve you, but don't leave me, don't leave me now.
Never said a word, you didn't send me no letter. Don't think I could forget you. Our words slowly dying, I'm not wasting no more time.
I walk with you in the light, yeah. Hold your head high. Dream like no one's you multicolored. Making over my eyes, you will. It's undiscovered. I see you, I see me like a lost memory. It's a blue. Oh, it's you, let's see now it's true. Let's see there's more than you in this field. See your colors here in this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your 2-minute call. If you're on the screen, get back to your device, turn on those cameras. If you're in the studio, have a good night to find your seat. It's silent, and we'll be here in 2 minutes. Everything feeling, had to see it to believe it, had to lose it to know what I was looking for. I see you, I see like a lost memory. It's it's the temperatures in the sky remind me that we're always evolving. Nothing's ever but black and white. So it's you, and it's all. Welcome back to the stage, your MC, the one and only Kennington Sarge. Are you kidding?
I need more Valley. You guys did the big U, but there's so much in the science of speaking that you will become unforgettable. Type in chat if you want to, yeah, more Valley. I see you guys, more Valley. And you just did one section, the big U. And sometimes that's uncomfortable, but we have to grandiose the accolades in order to, yeah, more Valley. I love it. And so much more to come. So our next speaker is Jeannie Elizabeth. And she was a nurse and went to network marketing in 2018. She was always had a hustle mindset back in her full heart of passion. But what she did, she made a name for herself in the systems girl. How many of you would love to build a system for duplication? Raise your hand. Yes, type in chat, me. And she's known as the systems girl. Her business was built 100% online with social media. Yes, so good. Through multiple platforms. She focuses heavily on basic building blocks of business and the path of least resistance to get there. So that nobody, no matter their circumstances, situation, or goal, can achieve the success she's experienced. So let's listen from some delicious nuggets from Jeannie Elizabeth. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Jenny Elizabeth, and I am so excited to be here with you. This event, Most Powerful Women, is my favorite event of the entire year. It has always helped transform my business. And when I got asked to share by Marina, I was like beyond excited, because when she gave me my topic, I said, yes, I'm going to change so many people's lives with this. I'm going to talk to you guys about duplicating systems. And this is the #1 thing that's going to really take your business from just mediocre to extraordinary, because I know there's something in every single one of you that you're doing that's working, but you don't necessarily know how to teach an entire team to do it. So I just want to like paint the picture for you for 1 second. Imagine that you have something, and you all do, that you know works. You know it works. And then you get one person to do it, and then it works for them. And then you get 5 people to do it, and then it works for them. And you get 10 people to do it, and it works for them. And next thing you know, you have thousands of people doing your system and thousands of individuals having success, all because you were able to take your system and duplicate it. So make sure your pens are ready. Make sure your hand is ready to take notes, because I'm going to go through step by step by step tactical skills that you can actually take immediately leaving this training and use in your business to help transform it ASAP. If you guys are ready, drop a number 1 in virtual land in your chat. And if you guys are ready in the audience, just say, yeah. All right, here we go. Duplication is power. Again, my name's Jenny Elizabeth. I'm known as the systems girl in network marketing. I'm going to make it so easy for you. So the very first thing you need to know is I'm 37 weeks pregnant, which is why I'm not there in person with you, because I may pop at any moment. So that is why I'm virtual, and I'm excited to bring this information to you. But posture matters. Your posture matters. I'm a mom of 1, about to be a mom of 2. And I think about anything, even in my family life or with my friends or even with my close circle, like everything matters. The way that you stand up in a situation to move other people, or to even have like really great relationships with other people and building trust with inside of your community. And that's what you want to do with your team, to establish trust and to establish systems and to establish dedication and consistency inside of your network marketing team. It's going to move everything for you. So I really want you to write down on your piece of paper, I am the leader. I am the boss. I am the leader. I am the boss, because you are the leader and you are the boss. So your posture matters. Your posture matters in whatever system you're going to use to show your team how to have success. Dedication and consistency. As being the leader and being the boss, your dedication to the system is what's going to change other people's dedication to the system. So if you create a system, you have to be 150% in. You can't be half in, half out, do it 1 month, don't do it the next month, do it for 1 year, don't do it the next year. Like, it's consistency, it's in your DNA. It's like brushing your teeth. Your system has to be so consistent in your life, and every time you talk to anybody, you go back to the system. It's the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Sowing seeds. When you do this, you will get X, Y, and Z. Saying, when you start doing this, you will get X, Y, and Z. Oh my gosh, I love what you're doing. Use this system and plug your people into it so that you can have X, Y, and Z. Sow those seeds and let people know that it takes work and it takes time. Every system out there, it takes work and it takes time. So I want you to know, as the leader and as the boss, sometimes you won't see success happen until you've already been so consistent and so dedicated to it. And because your posture as the leader is so strong, other people will follow you. That's the trick. Explaining exactly why people need the system in their life. The why is so powerful. When you tell somebody what it will give you, that's great. But when you tell people why they need it in their life, they will listen to you like nobody's business. And the last thing that you definitely need to do is make sure that you're setting up really clear expectations. So I let people know all the time that everything is in waves of 90 days. So when you put in work for 90 days, you will see results. Then when you do another 90 days, you will see more results. But it's not like 5 days in and you're going to be magically successful. I create this expectation that every 90 days, when you put work on repeat, you will see success. Scalability is huge. Taking your one thing that you're doing that's super successful and making sure that the masses can do it. So duplicating over and over and over again. Imagine that you created one system, and this actually happened inside of our organization, which is why I was asked to speak on this. Creating one system, giving it to a group of people, and then giving it to thousands of people and seeing thousands of people be successful with it. I have done this over and over and over and over again with multiple systems inside of our organization to not just make sure that I have success, but to make sure that everybody can have success. So scalability, write that down on your piece of paper, duplicating the systems to make it easier for everybody's businesses to replicate successful processes easy. Now that sounds a little gibberishy, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to break it down so easy for you so that you can walk away from this and you can take the power of duplication and you can take it and make sure that you're empowering so many people along the way to be successful with you. I mean, as a leader and as a boss, that's the number one thing that I want for everybody in business. I want you to be successful. And I want to empower you as a leader. I want to empower you as a boss, which is exactly what I'm going to do literally right now. So here are your step-by-steps. Write them down. Don't worry, the slide's not going away. I see a lot of people taking pictures. That always happens. The cameras come out and the pictures start being taken. We're going to go over this step by step by step by step. Here they are. This is how you create a system. Number one, why do you need the system? Number two, identify the process. This could be an SOP, this could be a bullet point, this could be anything. Literally just take it and identify step by step by step by step, whatever process you need inside your system. Break it down into further steps. So step one is going to have multiple steps. Test the process. Create training around it. Train your team with the training you just created. Monitor and improve it and document the entire process. So I'm gonna walk you through how I created one system. I think it's been 4 years and our team still uses it. I don't use it every single month. Why? Because I created it for a reason. It works and we put it on repeat. That's literally it. So I'm gonna walk you through our customer program and I'm gonna tell you exactly how I created it and the adjustments that I made along the way. So we have a customer program. It is a 14-day program. And the reason why we created it was we needed a system to help our business partners hit a sales goal monthly with 4 new customers focused on sales packages. So I was like, okay, so we need 4 new customers to hit this bonus. I'm going to create a customer loyalty program where people can have success as customers inside of it. And it gives our business partners something to talk about on a monthly basis and invite people to, so that all they need to do is to get 4 new customers and get these packages sold and they will get the bonus money. I mean, who doesn't like money? Who likes money in the audience? Do you guys like money? I definitely like money. So that's nothing better than earning the bonus on your own. But when your whole team is earning the bonus too, that's where the cha-ching is happening. So that's why I created our customer loyalty program. The second thing is I identified a process. It has to be monthly. So it's got to be every single month. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. That way people can come back and even our customers can bring their friends to do it with us. There has to be some level of accountability. So this is what I needed. I needed a program that was monthly. I needed customer accountability. I needed to celebrate that bonus. So the why for creating our customer program was to make sure that our business partners were earning a bonus, just extra income on top of what they're earning already. So I created another system around making sure that we celebrated those people that earned that bonus. Customer packages. We needed customer packages. We needed something for our promoters to sell and a social media strategy so that our organization could take this and run with it and have massive success on social media. So then we take it to the next step, breaking it down into steps. So the first thing is the social media plan. It's doing the same thing every single month. So our social media plan for our customer success program is go live on the 1st, invite people in that first week of the month, have a open enrollment time, have a last call, put it in your stories, talk about it while you're in the program. It's the same thing every single month. So every first of the month, go live on the program, have an open enrollment date, have a last call date, put it in your stories and story slides. It's literally put on repeat. When you're in the program, talk about being in the program. And that's our social media plan. How simple is that? That's the process. Customer program always starting on the same day. So we always start our program on the 2nd Monday of the month. 2nd Monday of the month pops up, That's day one of our program. It doesn't matter if it's February, December, March, June, May. If I'm giving birth or not giving birth, it's always going to start on the second Monday of the month. So having consistency around when it starts so that the whole team knows it always starts on the second Monday of the month. Inviting people to the program with their friends. So our current customers always making sure that they know the steps to invite their friends to join us on the next one. And all of our customers always know that it always starts on the second Monday of the month. So those are our really simple steps that are duplicatable among literally thousands of individuals because they're so simple in their basic steps. So when I actually started the program, I didn't allow anybody into it. I said to the team, first I said to the leaders, I'm creating this system and I'm going to test it out. And you're not allowed to participate because I don't know if it's going to work or not. And I don't want to put you through the ringer if it's not going to work. So I tested it out on my own and I actually did it for 2 months. And then I allowed our organization to come and do it with me. So I made sure as the leader that what I was doing was working before getting a bunch of people involved to see if it worked for them. Now we've been doing it for 4 years. So the system definitely works and it's massively successful. I mapped out exactly what I did. So I wrote down the scripts that I sent to people. I wrote down how many people I sent them to. I wrote down I went live on this date. I wrote down I put this X, Y, and Z in my story. I wrote down all the things I shared in my social media. I did all sorts of things. So that way, when it came to the next part of creating a system, I was able to do training around it because I wasn't just like, well, I think you should do this. And I think you maybe do this. I was literally going off what I wrote down that I knew made me successful so that I could give people a system that they could do as well. So I created a training around it and we trained the team. We put the training on repeat. So every month you got the training on how to do our customer program. We didn't just train about it in February, trained about it in March and April and May and June. And we did it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And, you know, as a leader, sometimes things get a little bit boring, but I will tell you, systems are not meant to be your thing creating this massive excitement because it's always changing. No, that actually will create a lot of confusion. Your system needs to be simple and it may seem boring to you, but when people start winning with your system, it doesn't matter how boring it is. It's so exciting that people are winning with simplicity and the same thing over and over and over again, okay? So take the steps presented, talk about the success that you had. So I talked about the success that I had, and then we shared, as we started doing the training and other people were having success, we had them share the success that they had. We had them share the steps that they took. And surprisingly, this is shocking, the steps they took are the same steps that I took. It's just different persons saying, I did X, Y, and Z. Talking about the success that our customers had and creating a vision for the entire team that the whole team is going to have with this system. So as everything, things work and some things don't work. The goal is to do the program over and over or do whatever system you're doing over and over and over and over again and improve it little tweaks at a time. Not massively shifting anything unless it definitely needs to be shifted, but just making little tiny tweaks to make sure that it's better for everybody. I just launched a new type of system in the last 90 days, and we're 60 days into it. And on the last 30 days, I made some minor adjustments that I saw was needed in the last 60 days. So always looking, times are changing, social media changes, sometimes our packages change, sometimes our product changes, sometimes different bonuses are getting rolled out. So as a leader, you have to make sure that you're monitoring and improving and documenting the process along the way, because I will tell you, sometimes you'll change something and that's the one thing that was working. And so by documenting what was working and what you changed will give you the availability to go back and look and see exactly what you need to do again that maybe you already did. So make improvements, address every single issue inside of your system with a solution, and you will have so much duplication inside your system. Look, our number one job as leaders is not to do the work for others. That's not our job. Our job as a leader is never to do the work for somebody else. Our job is to help people figure out how to do the work for themselves, to get things done, to succeed beyond what they ever thought was possible. So with these 8 simple steps of creating a system and duplicating it through your organization, you will do exactly that, and you'll create so much leadership, and you create so much duplication, and you create so much confidence and so much trust and so much lift and energy inside of your organization just by breaking down the steps, being dedicated to your system, showing people how to do it, talking about it over and over and over and over and over again, training your organization, being a product of the system. You will create massive success, not only for yourself as the leader and the boss of your business, but for massive amounts of people that are coming right behind you. And you are going to be the one person, because you took these 8 steps and you created a system that was duplicatable. You are going to be the legend inside of your organization that changed everything for everybody's life. So I'm so excited for you to be that person. I will tell you, it feels amazing when you create a system and other people win with it, and then people you don't even know start to win with it. It's the best feeling ever. So take this subject, run with it. Thank you so much for hearing me. Thank you for spending time with me. Again, my name is Jenny Elizabeth, and you guys enjoy the rest of Most Powerful Women. Bye, y'all. Wow.
Jenny, be the legend of your system. How many of you want to do that? Type in chat. That's me. Thank you, Jenny. That was so powerful. And the next speaker I'd like to introduce is a dear friend. She has a heart of gold. She's one of the top entrepreneurs in the nation, helping thousands and thousands upon thousands of people in multi-level marketing. And she created this event, Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing. Please welcome to the stage, Marina Warren.
Thank you. To see you finally. I get to be on stage with you guys. And I wanted to say thanks to Jenny Elizabeth. You guys don't understand. This woman is 37 weeks pregnant. This is the only reason why she's not here. Otherwise, she would be here on stage pouring into all of you. But we said, like, Jenny, let's take it easy just in case. We don't want to have a baby at the event. We had the weddings. We had like all kinds of stuff happening. Let's not have a baby on stage. So it's going to be safer for everybody. But this, the systems and everything that she shared, and all other trainers who spoke on different strategies that can help you grow your business, it's all so exciting for me because, like I said, I want to give you the tools. I want to give you everything that you need to know to be the winner in this business. How many of you consider yourself a winner? How many of you want to know what it takes to be unapologetically you, absolute badass, total problem solver, and the person who can win, not just in business, but in life? And, you know, you probably heard about all different categories, all different attributes that it takes to win. Of course, courage. It takes courage to become an entrepreneur. It takes courage to get out of the matrix. It takes courage to take charge of your life. It takes courage not to blame somebody else, not to blame the government, the parents, the society, the school, whoever, but actually take the responsibility. It takes big courage, because I feel like we live in a society where like, it's not my fault. You know, it's the economy. You have to blame the economy. That's why my productivity is down. You have to blame on this. What is the company's fault? It's not my fault. They just changed the ingredient in my product. How they expect me to be successful in this business if they just screwed up on me? I mean, I can't do this. I cannot build this business. I cannot build because I'm a mom. I have kids, or I have a sick husband at home. I cannot do the business. All kinds of excuses we come up with, and we take that as a reason why we cannot be successful, why we cannot be the best version of ourselves. So yes, courage is a big one. It takes discipline. It takes discipline when you don't feel like it. How many times I woke up in the morning and said, oh, I don't want to go to the gym. Andy's going to be here in 5 minutes. Oh, come on, Mandy, maybe you're not going to show up today on me, but, and she's there, she's in the gym. It's like, okay, Marina, let's go, let's go. So it takes that discipline to show up for yourself first. Before you start showing up for somebody else, you need to show up for yourself. And whatever it is for you, the meditation, the walks in the morning, or your time with your kids before they go to school, or the gym, whatever it is. But it has to be some kind of a rhythm in our lives that helps us stay into our mission on the path to what is our goal is. And consistency, again, you cannot just show up in the gym one time and expect to have a fit body. You cannot eat one time healthy and think it's like, yes, now I'm all healthy. It just doesn't work like this. We have to be consistent with all of our efforts. Same thing building a team. You cannot do one time, go on one recruiting push, you bring a couple people, and then you leave them hanging. You need to show up for them. You need to train them. We need to help them and teach them how to go from dependent to independent. That's our most important job as a leader. We have to show up for ourselves. We have to show up for our families, and we have to show up for our teams. Resilience. Resilience in the face of adversity is one of those things that I feel that most of the time, the life is unfair. It's just so not fair. Why it's happening to me? Why am I getting sick? Why my team is leaving? Why the company is attacking me? Why all of these things are happening? Why my company is merging? Why somebody bought it? Why it went out of business? Why, right? It's not my fault. But again, understanding the challenge is going to come. The change gonna come. Things gonna be different. Sometimes your leader's gonna leave and you have to deal with them. And you have to become stronger in the face of adversity. That's what it takes to win. Because your goal is way up there, and I hope it's really, really high up there. But the path to it is not a straight line. We know life is like a roller coaster. They're going to be ups and they're going to be downs, and they're going to be moment of victories and a moment of big failures. And that's in the moment of the failure when we need to remember, my next spike is coming. I just need to become more creative, more resourceful. I need to find a solution. It's never about the resources. It's never about the resourcefulness. It's all about the resources. We need to remember that today's world of open information and everything that we have pretty much on our fingertips, in your keyboard, you can access any information you want, any advice, any tips, any strategy, any system, anything you want is out there. We just need to reach for it, and we just need to find it. I think my background is the reason why I'm so resourceful, and the reason why I consider that the problem solving and resourcefulness to be one of my strongest skill sets, because I didn't have much. I had to become much. I had to become that woman. I had to become creative. I had to do all the different things for me because there was no variety of food. There was no variety of clothes. There was no variety of toys when I was growing up. So I had to make my little toy, my little doll out of the little paper and draw that little dress out of that cardboard and just put it on that doll. That was my toy. That's what I had to do when I was growing up to have a little difference in my life, to have something new, to have the new toys. So understanding that all of these different qualities are really important in our life. And of course, vision. Vision, nothing happens without the vision. You know what is the message of all the greatest leaders? Is there is a promised land and we can get there together. That's what vision is. It's our job as a leader to paint that vision that everybody in our organization, in our family, in our home can see it. And they can believe and trust enough in you that you can help get them there. That's what vision is. And it needs to be so big, it needs to be so outrageous Because people say, sometimes I'm setting up the goal. That's my goal. That's my jump. Sorry, audio guys, but that's my goal, right? I'm setting up the height of like 1 foot jump. Yay, I accomplished that. Look at me. I'm so strong. I'm so powerful. But guess what? That's not really a goal. It's just a stepping stone. There are so many more of these jumps that need to happen in our life in order for us to achieve the goal we're trying to achieve. So that vision needs to be scary. That goal needs to be so big, so outrageous that when you think about it, you have shivers on your skin. You think about it like, there's no way I can make it happen. Absolutely no way I can make it happen. Because if somebody would tell me that one day I will have hundreds of thousands of people connecting from all over the world to come to my event, to listen to the speakers I brought on stage, to create the community that is going to trust me enough to show up and learn from all these amazing powerhouse leaders. I would never dream that. I was so devastated in my early years. I lost that confidence. I lost the belief in myself. And if somebody would tell me that this is going to be my future, I would say, you're crazy. That's no chance. It's going to happen. That's why when your vision is so ridiculously, insanely, scary, big, that's the right vision. That's what it's worth fighting for. Because at the end of the day, most of us give up on our vision, not because it's too big, but because it's too scary. Because we don't know how to get there. We don't know how I'm going to accomplish that goal. I don't know how I'm going to create the life of my dreams. I don't know how I can build 1.6 or 2 million customers worldwide. Many people, how can I do this? How am I going to have 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 people on my team? I do not know any of them. It's not even possible. But how is not important. What is important, why? Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you being here? Why are you spending this weekend with us? I'm sure where you are, it's a beautiful weather. It's a beautiful sunny day in Las Vegas. At least it was early in the morning when I got here. So why are you sitting here? Why are you spending all this time learning and growing and taking notes and missing maybe on some of the important days in your family, on somebody's birthday, on somebody's wedding, on your kids potentially practice or game or something? Why? Why when the tough get going, when the going get tough, why are you willing to crawl through the broken glass? Why? That why needs to be so big. And I know you heard it many times. The cheesy why that makes you cry. I know, I heard that too, but it's real. It's true. It needs to be so big. It needs to be so powerful, because when you do actually face the challenges, face the adversity, make mistakes, when people say no to your face, when people laugh into your face, that why gonna pull you through. That why gonna help you roll that mountain and climb that mountain. So I know we kind of like, these are the basic attributes and strategies that we talk most of the time. But I also think that you agree with me that everything starts with a decision. Decision, what starts the process? Decision is when the moment in time comes, and some people mistake the decision is like, it's just a moment. It's just like, okay, I was oblivious my entire life, and now all of a sudden I realize something and I'm gonna make a change. No, decision is the chain of events that are happening in our life. There are moments when we said no to ourselves, moments when we said no to our business, moments when we said no to our family. Those moments compile, and then at some point, enough is enough. That's when we make a decision. So decision happens in the split of a second, but what's leading to that decision sometimes takes years. And I hope that today is the day when you make that decision that enough is enough. I'm not going to be crawling through my network marketing experience anymore. I'm not going to be selling myself short anymore. I'm not going to be, dimming my light because somebody feels uncomfortable next to me, because they're not willing to take charge of their life. They're not willing to climb the mountains. They're not willing to get out of their comfort zone. I'm not going to do that. I'm worthy. I'm capable, and I'm deserving to all the success, to all the happiness and all the joy that there is in this world. But I think there is one more thing that comes before decision. And we often forget about it. We often don't pay attention to it. And in my opinion, it's permission. Permission is everything. Permission is when you realize that I've been playing too small for too long. You heard that the theme of this event is show up, speak up, and level up, right? You heard it from different speakers. You heard it from Lisa. You heard it from myself. But what does it mean? Are you giving yourself permission to be seen? Are you giving yourself permission to be heard? Are you giving yourself permission to become the best version of yourself? That's what this event means. That's why we chose these slogans, because we want to show you how to be seen. We want to encourage you to be heard. We want to inspire you to become the best version of yourself. You know, it took me time to give myself permissions, because today I finally, actually several years ago, I finally gave myself permission to build my dream home, to build the $20 million home. Some of you already seen it, and those of you platinum members, you're gonna see it tomorrow at the Oscars party. I hope you're gonna love it. But that took me years to build, 4 to be precise. It took a lot of stressful nights. It took a lot of overwhelm and challenges and dealing with construction, and the budget blew up several times from what I expected, and the money at the end that I didn't have, because it was supposed to be way, way, way cheaper home. It just ended up being more expensive and take longer and take longer. But I gave myself permission. It's okay. I'll make mistakes. I don't speak construction language. I learned a lot, but I also recognize that common sense is not very common, especially in construction business. But guess what? It's okay. At the end of the day, my home was worth it. It's beautiful, cozy home for my family, for the laughs and cheers and happiness and prosperity. So all the challenges that came with it, it all was worth it. I built this studio. This was an insane project with insane timeline. Every time I think about it, or every time I talk about it, it's like I'm questioning myself, what I was doing, what I was drinking, like what I was on. Because some kind of a high adrenaline that I was running on, that ungodly fuel, I do not know what was possible, what was happening in me, because the timeline was super short. The budget was, they told us originally that it's going to take us about 3 to 5 million to build this. Eric and I said, let's try. Let's see. 3.5 million, 3.5 million, maybe. I think we can roll the dice with it. 20 million later. And at the beginning, I want you guys to understand, I'm not a techie person. I still have people helping me logging into the Zoom and doing stuff like that. And I have the system and I have the company, largest media company in the world with a high-tech facility that is not replicated in this specificity, in this tech capabilities anywhere. And I was able to build it. I had to lead the team of amazing tech-savvy men, and I had to tell them what to do. And I had to tell them how to do things. I mean, this is crazy. Are you kidding me? I said, I have no clue. When they were started throwing all these fancy words, a GSM card and that card, this bulkhead and that has are you still speaking English? Are we still on the same page? I lost you like an hour ago because I do not understand any of what you're saying right now. I had a conversation with Yamaha, and when I told them, it's like, this is what I'm trying to build, and this is what we're doing here. And I was like, okay, so what's the timeline on your project? 12 months, 24 months? I was like, no, 3 weeks from now. You're just like, you're insane. It's not possible. It's not going to happen. And guess what? It did. I had so many people telling in my face you are not gonna do this. You are not capable of making it happen. You girl, you have no freaking clue what you're talking about and what you're trying to build. This is not going to happen. And on this timeline, no way, no shot. I was like, okay, watch me. Yeah. When I started realizing that it's not, when you understand that when your back is against the wall, when you do not have another option, because I did not have another choice. We had an event coming up, we pre-sold 7,000 tickets and people were coming. Like most of the world, we were crossing our fingers and hoping for the best. We thought like, yeah, this whole COVID thing, it's a couple of weeks, it's gonna be gone. Forget about it. Then 2 months later, it's like, maybe it's gonna take a couple more months. Around midsummer, Eric and I started realizing, it's like, yeah, you know what? We're probably not gonna have an event for 7,000 people. Absolutely not. We have to come up with something. And he asked the question, it's like, okay, first of all, we saw that Tony did something similar. We called him and said, Tony, can we rent your studio? He's like, nah, I'm gonna keep it to myself. It's gonna be my secret weapon. Love you guys, no. Okay. Sorry for him. I'm gonna build my own. And when Eric asked the question, okay, let's build our own studio. Who's gonna build it? And I looked around the room and I was like, I guess I have to do that because nobody else on my team had any clue either. So I volunteered myself, not having any idea what I'm signing up myself. But I gave myself permission to fail along the way. I gave myself permission to make mistakes along the way. I gave myself permission to look foolish in the process because I had no clue. I was so over my head. I mean, I don't even want to admit how much over my head I was. Because I had to lead, I had to pretend that I have some kind of understanding what we're talking about here. And guess what? You would be surprised how many things you can accomplish. Something that you have no knowledge about, no experience, no expertise, when you give yourself permission to take it to the next level. When you give yourself permission to reach for some unattainable goal. Not thinking about the how, but thinking about why it is important. Because I couldn't let that 7,000 people go, lose the opportunity to learn and grow. Eric and I were working our butts off that entire 3 months. We had our own 90-day run. He was promoting the event, he was calling the leaders and selling the vision and doing the whole marketing stuff because his job was to make sure that people show up. My job was to make sure that there will be a place for them to show up too. Because if he's successful and he makes sure that people are there and I'm failing here, it's a disaster. It's a failure regardless. At the same time, if I build a studio and I spend all that money and there is nobody coming, that's another failure on the other side. So we had to trust ourselves. We had to trust each other to make sure that we are running and gunning with all of our capacities, without our limitations, without the blame, without any of that stuff, to make sure that we can achieve this goal. And I remember every single night, those of you who've been in my house, you know I love my outdoor TV. That's where Eric and I spend most of our nights. And I remember every single night, after sometimes 12, 14-hour days, we would come outside, I would pour myself a glass of wine, and I would stare at the TV. Not because I wanted to watch anything, I just couldn't do anything else. So I was just staring at that huge screen. And I would look at him, and I didn't want to talk either because I already done talking. I was like, I've been talking for 12 hours, and he's been talking for 12 hours. I would look at him, like, you good? You got this? He's like, I'm good, I got this. Okay, that was it. 70 days of this. That was it. So recognizing that it does not matter what's the obstacle. It does not matter how. It does not matter who says what. You are so much more powerful than you give yourself permission. I gave myself permission to be bold, to be crazy in the face of the adversity with all of my naysayers. I gave myself permission to live an abundant life. I gave myself permission to make hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars, something that I could not imagine. I was growing up in a very middle environment, in a social country, with the whole communist spin on top of it. I remember first time when I joined network marketing, one of my leaders told me about the power of vision. I'm no kidding. I took $1 bill and I wrote zeros on top of it to make $1 million out of my $1. I still have that dollar in my wallet to this day. I still have that dollar. And when I was writing that $1 million check or dollar amount in my dollar sign, I did not believe it's possible. I was laughing. I was like, you idiot. It's like, yeah, right. You're gonna make $1 million one day. It's insane. But it didn't matter. I didn't know how, I didn't know why, and I did not, none of those things. But I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it and see what happens. I'm gonna push myself and see what happens. I'm gonna give myself permission to fail and see what happens. I'm gonna give myself permission to stretch for some of the most outrageous goals in my life, and I'll see what happens. And I gave myself permission to be happy and travel the world with the love of my life and our beautiful jet. And the most importantly, I gave myself permission to become unapologetically me. And that gave me even more important permission. It gave me permission to love again. To love me, to trust another man, to open up my broken heart, to open up my broken soul. And I believe that I'll find a man of my dreams. I'll find my true soulmate. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I'll find him. I'll become the woman deserving of a man of my dreams. I'll become a queen so I can attract my king. And that's what I was doing. And there was a time when my heart was totally broken. There was a time when I thought that all I was worthy of is to be verbally abused. There was a time in my life when all I thought and all the permissions I gave were to other people, where with my silence, I allowed them to dim my light to the point I did not know what was even out there. There was a time when I was told that, Marina, you are the most horrible mother I've ever seen. You do not know how to raise our children. There was a time when I was told, because for a season, I brought into the story to be a homestay mom because I just had my second baby. And for a year or two, I took time off and I was not running my business. And my husband at the time, he said, I'll take care of it. You just stay home. You just be a woman. And when I saw that, I did not really agree with the way my business was ran. I did not necessarily agree with the choices and decisions that he was making, but I gave himself permission with my silence. And when I spoke a couple times and I tried to say, you know what, I kind of don't think it's a good idea, I was told, be quiet, woman. Know your place. Let the man do his job. And with my silent permission, I allowed that to happen. And guess what? I lost that business. That was my permission to everybody else. Everybody had a microphone. Everybody were allowed to do what they wanted to do, be who they wanted to be, all these different things. I was the only person who did not have the microphone. I was the only person who did not have any permissions in my life. I was the only person who did not recognize that I do have power in me. I did not recognize that, you know, my worst enemy is not out there. My abuser is not out there. My doubter, my naysayer is not out there. It's right here. Because at the end of the day, when you're told many times, you're a bad wife, you're a bad businesswoman, you're a bad mother, we start believing in this crap. And I believed in that. And you know what was worse? I started repeating it to myself. I started repeating those hurtful words to myself. Marina, you're a bad mother. You don't know how to raise your children. Marina, you're an undeserving wife. That's why he's cheating on you. Otherwise, he wouldn't. You're not a good woman. You're not deserving of his love, of his support. You know, if you were a good businesswoman, your business would be still thriving, but you're not. You lost it. You're a bad businesswoman. All these stories that I kept repeating in my head, all of that led to the point that I did not know who I am anymore. I could not recognize that woman. I was looking in the mirror and I was like, you're a disgrace. You're a shame to your family, to your kids, to everybody around you. And it took me time to understand that I need to stop abusing myself. That abuser is not them. It's not him. It's not my ex. I bought into that. I gave him my permission to treat me this way. And now I'm treating myself this way? Why? Why am I doing this? Be careful how you talk to yourself. Be careful what are we doing with our words. They have so much power. And that's when I understood, like, who cares what people think of me? Who cares what my ex thinks of me? What matters is what I think of me. What matters is how I see myself in the mirror. What matters is how I show up. What matters is, do I allow myself to speak up and stand by for what I believe in? And network marketing actually came into my rescue. Because when I lost everything, my relationship was total disaster. I lost all of my assets. And I told you guys yesterday, I was like, I was looking for different opportunities, describing network marketing in my head. And I finally said, you know what? I need to pour all of my ambition, all of my hunger, all of my disbelief in my previous self and go back into this business. I finally, step by step, started associating with the right people. I finally, step by step, started hearing the right messages. I finally, step by step, started feeding my mind with positive information and guarding my mind from a negative information. And for the first time, I finally gave myself permission to forgive myself. To forgive myself for all of my past failures, for all of my mistakes, for the missed opportunities, for the failed businesses. And for the first time, I gave myself permission to trust myself again. That was the hardest one. Trust myself again. And love myself again. Unconditionally. That's the key word. Unconditionally. With all of my craziness, with all of my imperfections, with all of my nonsense and everything, with all of my failures and with all of my victories. Love myself unconditionally. For some of you today here, it's your opportunity to give yourself permission. To give yourself permission to love yourself again. To give yourself permission to trust yourself. Regardless of all the past mistakes, lost teams, lost volumes, lost ranks, lost income. Forgive yourself. Lost relationships. Maybe they were not meant to be part of your life. Maybe it's good that they finally left. Maybe it's good that they finally left the space in your life that somebody better can come and somebody better can join forces with you. Maybe it's time for you to give yourself permission to allow love in your life. I took a gamble on my love when I met my soulmate. I did not know he's my soulmate at the time. I was like, yeah, I don't know, buddy. I mean, I'm not sure, because my heart was so broken, because I still couldn't let anybody in so closely. And I also realized that if I don't give love a chance, I'll never know if it's out there. I'll never know it's possible, and I'll never find mine. So I gave myself permission to love again. I gave myself to open my heart, even if it's going to be broken one more time, or 2 more times, or 10 more times. I gave myself permission to be okay, and realize that the choices that I make in my life are my choices. And that's my life, and that's okay. I gave myself permission to crawl first before I could run, before I could fly, before I could soar. So one of the questions that I want to ask you guys, will you give yourself permission to win in this game of life? Will you give yourself permission to be bold again? Will you give yourself permission to become 6, 7, even 8-figure earner? Will you give yourself permission to say yes to yourself, to say yes to what we're doing here? Will you give yourself permission to walk, run, and finally soar with us? I designed this event specifically in a way that we can see ourselves in our stories, that we can see ourselves in possibilities, that we can hopefully give ourselves permission, whatever we are today, to look into the brighter future. That you can give yourself permission to say yes to this tribe of powerful women, to say yes to the tribe of badass, unstoppable, loving ourselves unconditionally with all of our mistakes, with all of our failures. And we'll extend the invitation to you later. But my question is, will you give yourself permission to jump? When the opportunity presents itself, will you give yourself permission to say yes to yourself, to say yes to your new, non-negotiable, like my friend Lisa says, unapologetical version of yourself? And you know what's happening on the other side of the permission? And I want you guys, I see all the chats, I see everybody's putting what is on the other side of your permission, but put it in the chat. And those of you in the audience here, think about it, or you can scream it out loud. What is on the other side of your permission? What is it? Your health? When you give yourself permission, what you will get on the other side? The love, new relationship, freedom, power, purpose. I see Lucy says my freedom. Prikesha said abundance, power and freedom, says Lori. Yes, so I also want to have you guys think about it, because I know that a lot of you are ready to give yourself permission to jump. But before we jump, sometimes we need to let go of something. Sometimes we need to realize that there is a mindset, potentially, that it's no longer serving us. There is that belief system that is no longer allowing you to reach your true potential. That there might be that relationship in your life that is holding you back. There might be that person, or maybe multiple of them, that you deeming your light because of them, because they're afraid to see your power. They cannot stand it, and because of that, they're trying to put you down. Because of that, they're trying to convince you that your goals and dreams are not worth it. What are you ready to let go of first, so you can free up that space and bring something into your life? So I want to jump into the conversation, and we're going to have some breakout rooms that we're going to do the mastermind and talk among each other. But I want you guys to think about those two important questions. What are you willing to let go of first in order to free up that space? And what is something that you want to hold on to? What is something that you want to hold on and bring into your life, into your better version, into your more powerful version? So in a little while, the team gonna put everybody in the virtual audience into the breakout rooms, and you can start putting people in the breakout rooms. So the assignment is talk to among each other. What is something that you're willing to let go of? Something that is holding you back. Something is no longer serving you. And what is the new idea, new system, new belief, new vision that you want to hold on to that will serve you to become the best version of yourself, to become unapologetically yourself. So for all of you in the audience, we'll take 10 minutes to have this conversation, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys want to hear.
Hello? Is anybody there? Hello, is anybody there? So I can hear it myself. Hello, is anybody there? If we're not going to make use of these breakout rooms, then it's part of the learning. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hi there, Mildred.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Mildred. I'm in the UK. Where are you?
I'm in the US.
Okay. So, what do
Give me
you...
1 second. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the question is, what would you let go of in order to be the best you can?
What I need to let go. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Let's see.
Can't really hear you. You seem to be in the matrix.
Oh, give me 1 second. I need to change where I'm in a vendor event. I need to walk outside.
Sure.
You can go ahead and talk. I can hear you.
Okay, my biggest problem is my independence. Since I was a single parent at 1999, I totally focused on protecting my daughter and my career.
Right.
To give my daughter all experiences that I didn't have, and I worked down hard in my career for that. And through that journey, I didn't really bring anybody into my life. So I haven't had a relationship since 2011. I've got so caught up in my independence that I wouldn't know how to anymore, if that makes sense. My career is really good. I'm strong. I have a good salary. My daughter is now 30. She lives in South Korea. And yeah, so I think for me, it's really, how do I go back to becoming vulnerable, show vulnerability? And I guess maybe if I could do that or understand how to do that, then that may well be a way forward, because I have a professional career, but I've also got involved in network marketing, and a lot of network marketing, the key is in networking. Because I'm so consumed with protecting who I am, my world, I just allow the reach out vulnerability. So there you go, that's my thing.
That's interesting. I have that's not something I need to let go of, because I learned to let go of it, but I had similar experience. I was a single mother. I became a single mother in 1996. I was already a professional. I was already a professional, and I continue on to focus on my profession while I was raising my son by myself. Not by myself, but with the help of my family, people around me, which were always there. So I neither was very dating or social, because my commitment was to my son and my career, and I also made my goal was to not to focus and bringing someone into my life. I take care of my son. Now my son is grown. I did not bring anyone into his life or dated for probably about 10 years until he was a teenager. I met that person, we became friends, and we've been married now for 4 years.
Wow.
So the thing that I'm going to tell you is to look for someone who will not make you to be independent again. Look for someone who will not make you lose your independence. Although I am married and happy right now, I am still independent in a way that he still allows me to do the things that I enjoy doing that I did before I knew him. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
and he's the same thing. Matter of fact, part of his life he spent it in England because he was in the military, and he was also independent. So two independent people coming together, he did not lose his independence, and I did not lose my independence. And my son is still in the picture. My son is now 32 years old.
And where did you meet this guy? Where did you meet this guy?
I meet him here in the US. He's from the Philippines, but he came to America when he was a child. Then he left after school to the military, and he was stationed overseas most of the time. And I met him probably like 5 or 6 years after he came back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's hope, I suppose.
Yes, of course it does. You're a beautiful person. You just have to be patient, find the right person, and just always remember that your son is first, and you want to find somebody that's also somebody that realizes that it's a package. It's not only you.
Yeah. It's my daughter, actually. I have a daughter, but she's quite she lives in South Korea now. So I'm very much on my own. I think one of the issues to me is I recently bought another big house to do up. I think being on my own, I'm losing motivation. And I think, they talk about the consistency. I know what to do. Come on, I know what to do.
Of course you do.
Huh? I know what to do.
You do.
I've got the notes. I know what I mean. I've joined all the courses. I'm going on John Lee's course. The thing is to me, Mildred, is when all of this goes away, it's just me. And that's where the void is. That's where the void is, basically.
Yeah. So, so it's time. That's how I felt. Once I raised my son and he was on his own, it was time to take care of me. It's time to take care of me, to look after me. So you do the things that you love to do. When you meet that person, hopefully that person, set your boundaries, set your goals.
Yeah.
You know what you like and what you don't like, and don't settle for less. And that was me. So that's what helped me.
So what in terms of the question, so what is it that you would do differently, or what you want to do differently or need to do differently, whatever the question is? So what is the question for you to answer?
So my thing is that I worry a lot, even though my son is 32 years old, I still worry about my son. He lives in a different state than I am. And we're both very intuitive. So I can tell when he's going through something, and I will call in or I will text him. And sometimes he will say, oh, it's okay, don't worry. Sometimes he gets frustrated because I worry. So I need to let go of that. I need to let's just ignore that until the time goes. So and that's something that I need to work on. To know that God is taking care of him, that he's okay, and that he will be okay. But being your kid is difficult.
And when it's the only kid as well, when it's the only one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, mine is the only one. It's my only boy.
My only daughter. Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah.
So that's something I've been working on that. Yeah.
But that doesn't stop you going forward though, does it?
Yes, it does. It does.
Okay.
This was very nice. Nice meeting you.
You as well, Mildred.
Nice to you.
Yeah,
this is
well. Enjoy the rest of it. See you. Maybe. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Welcome back. I hope you have very juicy conversations during your breakout times. So who wants to share? I see Ashley Perry, room number 6. Ashley, you're gonna share something. I see Mrs. Fisher, room number 6. Anybody else want to share? And I'll get into the live audience. I want to see somebody else. I got Nippy. All right, I'll have Julia. Man, I'm looking my Julia. Say hi. Hi. No, room number 6. Okay, Julia, I see you're shaking your head. It's not correct, but you'll tell me how to pronounce your name. So Julia, P-A-H-I-K-E. So Julia will be coming in. All right, so I'll need the mic while we're getting all of our virtual attendees ready. I'll need a mic right here, please. For you. So introduce yourself to everybody and share, please, what are the things that you're willing to let go of and what are the things that you would like to hold on to?
My name is Tracy Peterson, and the things that I am willing to let go of is my risk of failing. I want everything to be perfect, so I'm willing to let go of perfection and doing things in an imperfect way. I'm also willing to let go of people who my success and my abundance make uncomfortable. That they get uncomfortable when I succeed or when I'm living in my purpose, stepping into my power. I'm willing to let those people go, bless them and release them.
I love it.
Yeah.
So before we go into something that you're willing to hold on to, then I offer you something to consider, because from one perfectionist to another, I know your pain. I feel that because I'm really crazy. Like, I know the answers. I'm not gonna do it. Nobody can do it the way I do it. And it's easier to do it myself than explain to somebody all this fun stuff, right? On one side, one smart person told me, first of all, it's ego. I didn't like that. It's like, all right, I guess you're right. And there are a lot of smart people who can help me, who can do a really good job. But most importantly, what I realize is it's okay to stretch for perfection. It's okay to stretch for excellence. just understand you're not always gonna achieve that. Just understand that if you give yourself permission to fail, if you give yourself permission to make mistakes along the way, chances are much higher you're gonna do a very good job. Chances are very high you're gonna achieve that excellence or really close to it. So never stop striving for it. But give yourself permission not to always reach it. And with the people, that's the absolute must, I would say, because it's, it's interesting when sometimes we feel sad when people tell it to our face. Like when people told me, Marina, you will never build a studio, it was actually a gift because it fueled fire in me. It made me so angry. Sometimes anger is a really good emotion. We're not going to go far on that fuel for the rest of our life because eventually anger needs to transition into passion, legacy, contribution. But at the beginning point, anger is a really good fuel to understand that I'm capable, I'm worthy. And what I realized for me is it's not about showing them. It's about showing me what I'm possible, what I'm capable of, what I can achieve in my life. And when people tell you kind of like, oh, slow down, you're working so much and how much money you need and all that stuff, most of the time, the reason why people do that is because you're shining so brightly in the journey of achieving your success, in the journey of achieving your goals and dreams, that it makes them uncomfortable. It reminds them that they give up on their hopes. It reminds them that they give up on their dreams and settle for the mediocre life. That's why, in order for them to rise up just slightly, they're trying to push you down. But you're worthy of so much more. I can see so much power in you, and I know you're capable of achieving the heights that none of us can dream of. So don't worry about that. Do it for them. Okay? Bring Ashley from room number 6, and then we're gonna jump in our audience again. So Ashley, what are you willing to let go of? Oh, I did not hear your permission. I'll come back to you. What are you willing to let go of first, and what is the permission you're willing to give yourself to hold on to?
Negative people and the negative arguments. What I'm giving permission to bring into my life is positive people that can bring a positive vibe within my business and organization.
I love it. I love it. So what are you letting go of those people?
Like negative.
Let go of negative and bring the positive people.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Well, congratulations. I can see that you're determined and that's going to be the truth for you. So congratulations. Yes. So another virtual person, I want to go back to you. What are you willing to hold on to?
What am I willing to hold on to, or what are you
giving yourself permission? Yes.
I am giving myself
it's a good distinction.
Yes. I'm willing to give myself permission to fully see my potential realized and to figure it out along the way. I'm going to give myself permission to figure it out along the way and trust that God will place the people, the opportunities in my path to help accelerate my growth.
I love it.
That is what I am giving permission.
I love it. I love it. Even if it feels uncomfortable. I love it. So Mitzi, room number 6. We want to know, what are you willing to let go of, and what are you giving yourself permission to hold on to?
So I'm letting myself let go of negative people judging me, and my negative talk.
That's a big one. That's going to be the hardest one. Letting go of negative people is easier, trust me. But I think that in every conversation, somebody's selling, somebody is buying, right? We heard that. Then when you're selling to somebody your opportunity, you're selling them your vision, you're selling them your service, you're selling them that network marketing can be a vehicle and a solution for them. And on the other side, they're selling us, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, and all different objections. But that conversation is much more easily controllable. The conversation that is hard to control are those two people talking in your head. When you are selling to yourself that you are not worthy, that you are not capable, that you are not enough, and a badass version of you telling to yourself, no, I'm worthy, no, I'm capable, I can achieve everything that I want in my life. So that conversation is the most important. And who in our head, which one of those marinas, in my case, I give more oxygen, more power, that's the most important question. And that's the most important person I'm working on every single day. So congratulations. And what are you willing to hold on to?
I'm willing to hold on to being more positive, not letting people that judge me, let them judge me. And I'm holding on to positive people and letting the negative people not talk negative to me.
And maybe become unapologetically you and start loving yourself unconditionally. That's a good one, right?
Definitely. Yes.
Can you repeat with me? I love myself unconditionally.
I love myself unconditionally.
And now repeat it like you believe in it.
I love myself unconditionally.
All right. We love you unconditionally as well. Thank you. Back here, please.
Woo. Hi, everyone. I am Jessica. It's an honor to be here. And I feel really vulnerable saying this because this is something I'm letting go of and I want to do it publicly. So thank you for the opportunity. I am letting go of my weight. It has been an armor that I have worn to keep myself space and small and to be a clown. And I'm letting that go. I'm letting that go because my name is Jessica and I once said on a coaching call that I'm not a Jessica can. I'm a Jessica I can. And that's who I'm choosing to be. And that's what I'm stepping into. On the other side of weight is love and freedom for myself. And I'm holding on to this community as well, to be in a room full of women who view each other as sisters instead of competition is the most beautiful gift. I see each and every one of you. Thank you.
I love it, Jessica. Hold on, Jessica. So it's probably gonna sound crazy to you, but I can guarantee you there are millions of women who are super skinny who are beating themselves up about their weight. It's not about the weight. It's not about the weight. It's about Jessica that lives inside. It's about Jessica's heart. It's about Jessica's soul. And what we have on the outside is just a package. It does not change what's inside. You are Jessica who can, and you always were. You just did not listen to that Jessica. You just did not give that Jessica permission to come out with her beautiful smile, with her beautiful eyes. And I would like to challenge you on something. Are you ready for a challenge?
I'm up for it.
So every time, any morning you wake up, when you first time look yourself in the mirror, you know what the words I want you to say first?
I love myself unconditionally.
I love it. I love it. You got it, Jessica. Oh, what are you gonna hold on to?
Boy.
Because now we're gonna replace that with
Yeah.
something, right? That Jessica is gone.
Bye.
Like that, no, gone.
I'm holding on to my faith in God because without God, nothing is possible.
And you know that he loves you unconditionally too, right?
Yes. Rewiring my father wounds with that. I'm holding on to this community. I'm holding on to my love for myself. I'm holding on to a heart that I'm allowing to open, and I'm holding on to allowing myself to be fully seen in my shine. Like Lisa Nichols said, if you're afraid of it, hope you brought shade.
I love it. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. So we're gonna talk to Julia, room number 6. Julia, that I did not pronounce the last name. Julia, what's the last name?
The last name is Palke. It's a German name.
See, of course, I didn't speak German, so that's why I didn't pronounce it properly. So,
No problem.
so please tell us, what are you willing to let go of, and what are you giving yourself permission to hold on to?
So I will let go of the fear of being successful with my dreams. And then because of, although I was very successful in the industry, I worked 20 years. Somehow I am afraid of being successful with what I truly want. And that is what I want to let go of.
And you know what, it's Eric and I would coach a lot of successful people, a lot of top entrepreneurs inside of our profession. And this is actually a very common theme. People who are successful, they're afraid of that success, but most of the time it's not really the fear of being successful. Most of the time it's the self-worthiness speaking out. It's us realizing that we're not worthy of this success. It's us thinking that we are not worthy of playing full out, being in our full potential. I was just yesterday talking to the member of my team, and we gave her a compliment, and she's like, nah, I'm the same way. When people give me a compliment, I'm like, nah, you know, I'm starting joking about it. I'm kind of like apologizing. I'm kind of like, that's not me. It's not about me. It's my team. Remember, it's like, it's my team. Everything is my team. Yes, your team helped you get there, but who built the team? You built the team. You made it all happen. You led that team to success. So when people give you a compliment, or when you're achieving a certain level of success, realizing that it's worthiness speaking, and when you tell yourself, I'm worthy, when you give yourself permission to recognize that you are worthy of success, you are worthy of being powerful, you are worthy of making a lot of money and be very profitable in your business. Remember, Lisa said that good people should have good opportunities, and money give you a lot of opportunities. Money give you freedom, money give you choices, money give you opportunity to do more good in the world. Money do not change people. Money only expose who you truly are. So if you're a good person with more money, you're gonna do more good. You're not gonna become all of a sudden a bad person. So remember that you are successful. It's only gonna bless the world in much more powerful way. You giving yourself permission to be unapologetically you, who you were meant to be, playing at the highest level of possibilities and not what was not possible at some point. You deserve to be there. So what are you willing to hold on to? What are you giving yourself permission to hold on to?
To be me, so to make myself seen as the person that gives opportunities to live my potential and bring it to the world. I want to be seen.
I love it.
And
I love it.
Myself to be seen.
Well, we're all seeing you right now, so
yeah, you know, the people outside there, I need to attract, and they need to know what I am and for what I stand and what they can get from me. That is what I need.
So the moment you give yourself permission to be unapologetically you, and that's the way you show up in the world, they will see it, because we see it in you. We see it in you. Congratulations. One more. We have to. Okay, we'll go here.
Hi, no speak English, speak Spanish,
Okay.
Please.
We have
La
Joanna.
señora
She
va a la
should be translator
traductora. Okay, thank you, Marina. Okay. Bueno, yo me quiero dar permiso para entender que me puedo equivocar, que puedo fallar y que si creo en mí voy a conseguir el poder para lograr todos mis propósitos.
I want to give permission to myself that I can fail
because I'm very perfectionist, but I give it permission to that I can fail. And with that, I can accomplish everything that I have in my goal and everything that I want in life.
Me quiero dar permiso para encontrar mi libertad, para creer en mí y para poder de esta manera ser una influencia y transmitirle a las personas que cuando creemos en nosotros,
I want to give permission to believe in me and myself. And when we do that, we can transfer that to another people.
Y todo funcionará porque creo en mí y porque me encargaré de que todo funcione.
And everything is going to work because I believe in me. And when I believe in me, everything is going to work.
I love it. I love it. So what are you giving yourself permission to hold on to?
Ya que te das permiso de soltar o de aguantar, agarrar para ti.
Me doy permiso de soltar mi desconfianza para conseguir ese gran propósito de ser una conferencista.
I give permission to release that I don't trust in me to become a great conference people like you.
So you holding on to becoming a great speaker and become confident in your power, right?
Así que te estás dando permiso de volverte un gran conferencista en tu poder.
Ese es mi poder, darme el permiso y ser una gran conferencista.
My power is giving permission to become a great conference like you.
Great speaker. I love it. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, so these are so many amazing stories that I can do this all day. This is what I love so much. But I don't want you to starve to death. So we're gonna take a lunch break. We're gonna have an hour lunch. So right now it's 12:30. We're gonna have lunch till 1:30. And I would like everybody, Lisa and I were talking yesterday, and we want to make a little surprise for everybody because like we like to surprise and delight everybody. And as you probably know, right now we're supposed to be doing a Q&A lunch just with the VIPs. And for our amazing VIPs, Lisa and I are going to do a separate session after the event. My team going to reach out to you and we're going to spend an hour of our time and respond to all of your questions outside of the event. But we're going to do the Q&A session for everybody. So we will be doing it on the main stage during the lunch. So those of you who are connecting virtually, you don't need to go anywhere. Just grab 15 minutes, go get your lunch and come back. Don't refresh your computers. Don't log out of the system. Don't do any of that. It will be happening on the main stage. Everybody in the audience, go get your food, come back in your seats. And Lisa and I will be doing a Q&A for everybody. So you have 15 minutes to get your food and I'll see you in 15 minutes.
Make me run over.
We just run away, run, renegades, but it's get away. We just run because we ain't enough how to get away. Oh, it's a haunted place. Oh, yeah. Oh,
If I let 1,000 and to reach your mind, would be like home. If I really took the time to say you're right and I've got it wrong, baby, so sick of fighting, but you live in me. I don't want to lose it all. You can travel the world, go to the moon, see I love. Yeah, I want to hold you. What's the name of promise you be true? You're so good. Nobody knows me like you do. You can feel it in the way. I can just still or cold in the shadow and because I turn up my radio. Now I can turn off my mind. I'm trying to get to you and close to you. It don't have to since I know I don't think that's me but I'll be leaving those. So I think I'm going to live without it's not always for you. It's the only one I need. The only one's fix me. Hope it takes me in your arms. Only place what I'm seeing. You can understand. The only one's saving me. Such as I can, nobody knows me like you do.